A very good morning to all of you. Hello friends. Today we are in the topic of SWOT. S stands for strength, whereas W stands for weaknesses, whereas O stands for opportunities and T stands for threats. And we are analyzing the strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats of a person. In this topic we will give you information about strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats, which is an acronym for strength, weakness, opportunities and threat analysis. Now this framework is very important and a useful tool to use in marketing management and other business applications too, because in marketing we need a lot of strength to work over it, and we have to overcome our weaknesses too. When we get the opportunities, we have to work on it, and if we are having any kind of threat, we have to work so that the threat will not come in front of us. As a basic tool, mastery is a fundamental requirement for the marketer, entrepreneur or business person. A clear understanding of strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threat is required for business measures. It's very important because we are giving it to the marketing management, and we are giving it a fundamental requirement that every person should have strength and to cover out its weaknesses, and to have, when he getting in any kind of opportunities, he should work on it and to overcome his threats too. What is SWOT analysis means? Let's understand the concept better. The SWOT analysis is a test of the internal and external environment of an organization. It plays an important role in the strategic planning processes. As you can read here, strength, weakness are internal to the organization and opportunities, threats are external to the organization. Strength and weaknesses are the internal part of an organization, whereas threats and opportunities which we get from the outside the business world, and we have to overcome all these things. Strength and weaknesses are our internal part of the firms, and we have to overcome by ourselves. Here, analysis of the strategic environment is referred to as SWOT analysis. So, whenever we are covering in any business entrepreneurship, we have to see all these 4 points properly about the S, strength and weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Let's see the SWOT matrix. This matrix is divided into 4 windows of strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. There are 4 windows of our business entrepreneurship. That is, we have to work on our strength and to maintain it for lifelong. We have to overcome our all weaknesses that we are having in it. When we are getting good opportunities, we all being in a team, we have to work on it. We have to overcome all the threats that are coming in front of our businesses, so that our company can gain a good profit at the end. What is SWOT analysis? Let's understand SWOT analysis in detail. It provides information that is helpful in comparing the firm resources and capabilities with the competitive environment in which it functions. When we know our strength, weaknesses and opportunities and threats, it gives us a competitive spirit so that a person can work on it and which can operate a good business out of it. This information helps while formulating strategies and selecting for the organization. It is such a kind of instrumental that strategic formulation and selection of a good and a bad out of it. We can get what is correct for our company and what is not from these all strengths, weaknesses and opportunities and threats which come in front of us. Here you can see how SWT frameworks works, fits into the environmental scan. Environment has been divided into internal and external analysis. Analyzing internal environment include strength, weaknesses. External include opportunities and threats. By the word it can understand by the internal means inside the business environment we are having our strength and the weaknesses, and with our good strength we have to overcome all the weaknesses that we are facing in front of us. Whereas from the externals we are getting opportunities to work on it and to get better result out of it. Whereas the threats we have to overcome the threats with our all the strength we are having with us so that the threats do not come in front of us. That is how the SWOT analysis. What does the S stand for? Repeatedly I am saying this S stand for strength, and what does it means? Stand for the strength, and strength of the companies refers to its resources and the capabilities which is used to develop a competitive advantages. Few examples of strength are patents, strong brand name, goodwill of the company, cost advantages from proprietor, know-how exclusive accesses to natural resources and good accesses to distribution network. We come to know about the strength from the resources that we are having so that we can work in the environment with a competitive spirit. If we are having a strong brand name of the company, we can fight with other companies also. We are very strong enough. We are having a good reputation with our customers. We deliver a good service to them. We always maintain our cost. Exclusive accesses for the natural resources when we are using it. We are not violating our all the negative rules. Good access of the distribution network also. We are having a good distribution network. When coming to the next is W, that is called the weaknesses that we are having with us also. When a person is getting all the strength, might be having some weaknesses too. How to overcome all these weaknesses? Let's see. The absence of certain strength. When the person is having absence of certain strength in him are the weaknesses. For an example, the following may be considered as a weaknesses. Lack of patent protection. We are not protecting our all the patents. A weak brand name. Poor reputation among customers. Higher cost structure. Lack of accesses to best natural resources. Lack of accesses to key distribution channel. By the words it has been clear, we are having some kind of weaknesses when we are not having a good brand name. With the brand name is very weak, it is not properly publicized in the whole the environment. We are having the poor reputation among the customers also. We are not delivering the goods properly, or the demands from the customer it is coming, we are not delivering it properly. The cost also is fluctuating. Sometimes it's very low, sometimes it's very high. It's not for the beneficial of the customers. Lack of access by the best natural resources. We are not utilizing the natural resources properly. We are not delivering the good to the customers. The distribution channel is not proper. We are always delivering through a bad channel to the customers. These are some of the weaknesses that can spoil the whole competition of a business. To have a good business, we should always work on a positive side, should maintain a good relation with the customer, because customer is the only one who brings the company in a move forward. Weaknesses continued. In some cases, sometimes weaknesses could be flip side of strength. Here example has been quoted of a firm processing a large amount of manufacturing capacity. While this capacity may be considered a strength that competitors do not share, it may also be considered a weakness. If the large investment in manufacturing capacity prevents the firm from reacting quickly to change into strategic environment, it means while the capacity may not be considered a strength that competitors do not share, it also may be considered as weakness also. Large investment in the manufacturing capacity, reacting quickly is not being done. What do you mean by the opportunities? O stand for opportunities. The external environment. These are the two were the internal strength and the weaknesses. Now coming to the third is the opportunities, and threats are the external environment we are talking about. Reveal certain new opportunities for growth and development of a company. Such examples of such opportunities includes an unfulfilled customer needs, arrival of new technologies, losing of regulations, removal of international trade barriers. Unfulfilled customers' needs. Some of the needs of the customers are not properly fulfilled. We should be the person who can fulfill the customers' needs so that they are properly satisfied, and we got the opportunity from the competitive spirit in the market that we are able to fulfill the customer's need properly. Whenever the new technologies are offered in the marketing, we should publicize it properly to the customer so that the need should be arise and they should work on it. We should be losing of regulation. We should follow the rules and regulations properly. Removal of international trade barriers. As trade businesses properly, barriers are moved up. We got the opportunity to do trade between the customers. Threats. This is also an external environment may pose threats to the company. Some examples are shifts in customer interest from the company's product. Sometimes it's move also. Emergency for substitute product, new regulations, increase in trade barriers. Sometimes the interest of the company's product, the customers are, their interest have been moved up, their taste have been moved up because you were not publicizing it properly, you were not giving the new products to them. Sometimes their interests have been moved up. Emergency for substitute product. Again, when you were not fulfilling their demand at the right time, they may in the emergency move to a substitute product which will not be beneficial for the company. It will be a threat to a company. Sometimes the new regulations came up which will be also a threat to a company. Increased trade barrier. The barrier between the trading of a company products has been increased. That is also a biggest threat of a increasing our competitive spirit that will not be come up. The firm should not increasingly pursue the more lucrative opportunities overextended. Additional, a firm while making SWOT analysis may develop a competitive advantages by identifying a fit between a firm's strength and upcoming opportunities. Rather than pursuing more lucrative opportunities, in some cases, a firm can overcome a weaknesses in order to prepare itself for pursuing a compelling opportunities. What is SWOT and TOWS matrix? In the next 3 slides, information of SWOT, TOWS matrix would be provided to you. To develop effective strategies, one must keep into account SWOT and TOWS matrix. It is the reverse of it. With the TOWS analysis, threat and opportunities are examined first and the weakness and strength are examined last. First, we are taking about the threats that the company is having and the opportunities what they are facing about. At the end, they will see what are the weaknesses and the strength of a company. After creating a list of threats and opportunities, weaknesses and strength, manager examine the way the company can take advantages of the opportunities and the minimize threats by exploiting strength and overcoming the weaknesses of the company. This is how the SWOT and TOWS matrix works. Opportunities, SO strategies, weaknesses, threats, same strength and the threats and weaknesses and the threats. SO strategies pursue opportunities that fit well the company's strengths. WO strategies overcome weaknesses to pursue opportunities. ST strategic identify way that the firm can use its strength and to reduce its vulnerability to external threats. WT makes a defensive plan to prevent the firm weaknesses from making it susceptible to external threats. SWOT interaction, strength, leverage opportunities, weaknesses and threats. It all works like this. Thank you to you all.